Everybody. I just shaved, so my face is freshly razor burned and scabbed up, and it's been too long. GTA pre orders came out about 2 weeks ago, and I think America has been waiting for someone to really get in there and defend Rockstar from all this persecution I'm seeing online. Complaints of it being $80 and $100 premium edition, what those premium items are, it only being digital and not being physical, and not, I think we all knew it wasn't coming out on PC at launch. I think those are the three. And then the only digital followed up by Sony saying after 2028, physical's done. So I'm bummed about those. But specifically about GTA 6, I'm in. I have been in for the past 13 years. I'm waiting for it. I'm ready. And it would take a lot for me to not be in for it and ready. I have played every game, including the 2D ones. I have only beat 4, 5, and then maybe Vice City. So I've even played the PSP ones, but I haven't beat them all. Because up until 4, like, they did not play well. 1 and 2 were overhead, and that's an adjustment, especially without dual analog sticks. And 3, Vice City, San Andreas, they were big, they were amazing to go through. I've spent hundreds of hours in them, but the shooting was terrible, the targeting was terrible. Especially in 3, the writing was pretty rough. Just like they used frickin' and friggin' a lot because they wouldn't use the actual F word. San Andreas was too big, and I did not like CJ as a character, nor did I like having to like do maintenance tasks like defend your territory or even like watch what you ate with him. So 4 and 5, I'm in. I did a little bit online on 5, but not a ton. But here's my deal breakers. Here's what my deal breakers would be after 13 years of build up, and I don't think many of them are going to happen. So I look forward to looking at this thing in November and seeing how wrong I am. And if this game delays again, man, you can put that thing right on there. All right, so let's go through them. So if GTA Plus was required for online, even though I'm not a hardcore online player, that would piss me off. You can, if you sold it separately, I would be annoyed, but I'd understand and I'd be okay. You having to pay a monthly fee to play GTA Online on top of everything else. Other things have gotten away with it, like WoW is instanced, so they could probably like justify it, but like making people do that would be pretty rough. This thing's going to be absolutely loaded with microtransactions, whatever. That's what you're getting into. It locking the role playing servers behind GTA Plus would also piss me off, even though that's not really what I'd be doing. But yeah, they'd get away with it, and like as a shareholder, like I'd probably be advocating, be like, yeah, like give them a 90-day trial, and then you can start charging for it. And then there's the other thing is let's just make online free to play, and then like really have fun, or just put online out on PC. Like you don't get the full game because you're gonna rip it off anyway. And then if they were going to do something, which they're not, but if they were going to say this is a Fallout 76 experience, something that we can get even for the single players, some type of hooks in you to try to give us money for cosmetics and battle passes and that sort of thing. And I think some of that fear might come true. I mean, they're putting a $20 gatekeeping behind single player cosmetic stores. And we'll see once the game comes out, will cosmetic options be locked behind paywall? They could get away with it. I like my characters looking dumb. I like to mix it up. I'm a Fortnite Battle Pass person. But yeah, that would piss me off. But I'd still be in. Number 2, if the frame rate stinks or if the animations are slow, GTA 4 had a pretty rough frame rate at some points when it came out. And just that physics engine they used at the time was much more realistic than 5, but everything was slow. Like if you hit anything with that car, you'd be going through the windshield. And I understood it. But that combined with New York, like, it was just too much. I'm sorry, I'm having eye irritation issues, so you get to watch me picking my eye. I'm gonna keep this going, but I'll shut me off. All right. Sorry. One take. All right. So I think they've learned their lesson. 5 was really successful for them, even though they dumbed down physics quite a bit from 4, and they've had 13 years to work this stuff out. But again, most of this is cutscene, if not all of it. You see the effort they're putting into making this look slick, and these characters interact with each other. And I'm hoping that doesn't come at the cost of gameplay. And as you get more high fidelity with the stuff, like the stupid stuff looks stupider. So I get it. But yeah, if I'm waiting for animations, like door opening animations, they're going to take forever. Or if the ragdoll stuff is just too slow, I'm going to be really annoyed. I'm an old man. If I want to wait for an animation to load, I can try to do something. And that goes along with immersion coming at the cost of gameplay. And I go back to 4, where it was more immersive than 5. Like the phone calls that you would get all the time on stuff to do and maintaining those relationships, all that stuff like would come at you and you'd feel kind of like a jerk for declining it. And they would sometimes reference it. I don't think it made a strong gameplay difference, but I'm hoping they don't go too far down that path. I'm thinking Cyberpunk on a couple of these, because that was another game like I was like, I'm in. And load times, crashes. They know what they're doing. GTA 5, I'm fine with that long one to start with. That's fine. It'll be interesting to see how that plays with quick resume on Xbox, and I think PS5 has a version of that. But we got good hard drives now. I'm just hoping as I transition to environments, it's just fast. It just moves, makes it feel like a full game. Oh, man. Okay. So I'm a Saints Row guy, too. I've beat 1, 3, 4. I have played a bit of 2, and I should put more time into 2. It was just too buggy when I played it when it came out. And then they did a reboot. And they made the character, they tried to be more grounded with it, which they totally didn't do. But they made the characters, like, relatable and, like, some SJW tropes and made them diverse and all that stuff. And I'm all about that, but it just felt so like pandering to an audience that doesn't exist. I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think they're going to do any of these. But because they're showing an actual relationship of people that love each other, like I'm just hoping that doesn't get too annoying. I'm hoping that it's always moving story forward in addition to, and character forward, not just showing them making out and showing her butt the whole time. Yeah. So on that, and I don't think I've 10. We'll talk about it further. First person. I know they're not going to do this, but the reason I haven't gone back to Cyberpunk or done the DLC was because in an open world game, first person seems too constrictive. And I know it's easier. I know it's more immersive, but it's like I got tunnel vision playing that game. Not even just the battle stuff, but just like being out in the world. It's like I'm looking at the biggest world with the tiniest viewfinder, and it was just kind of annoying. I know they're not going to do it. I've seen a lot of first person in the cars. I'm sure it's an option. I hope they also have that in third person. I'm sure they will. No options to skip cutscenes and cab rides. I don't plan on skipping cutscenes. I hope I don't feel compelled to. This isn't like Kojima cutscenes. They're typically punchy and moving forward and funny. But if there's not the option, that's going to be annoying. Especially if it's a cutscene that just happens when you do like a side mission or something like that. And then cab rides, that was something in GTA 4. You could skip it, but like kind of hid that you could skip it a little bit. Excuse me. My buddy Eric, he beat the game before I did, and he didn't know you could skip it. I was like, just get a cab. And he's like, I'm not going to watch that NPC driving the other end of New York. But I have a feeling they won't do that, and they'll just pop you a load screen, and that's totally understandable. Number 8, it delays again. Like, dude, I think they would be losing billions of dollars in shareholder value, and these pre-orders are immense. I think it's tens of millions of pre-orders. Hold on, I don't know if this is showing up or not. How many pre-orders for GTA 6? I'm one of them. 39 million pre-orders. Holy crap. All right, man. I mean, don't pre-order games. I'm aligned, especially if it doesn't have physical. I pre-ordered it because I just needed something to take off the pressure that I've built over 13 years for this game. Okay, so that's not going to happen, but I'd be very, very pissed. I would just have to delete the game from my brain if it happens. If it was cross-gen, which they want big numbers. Thankfully, with the delays, like it's now 2026, and people wouldn't accept that. If this was 2022, probably when it was supposed to come out, they'd probably push a cross-gen version. Be like, don't hold yourself back. Like, go for it. And I mean, this game makes me want to get a PS5 Pro. Like, and then there's 900 reasons, which I shouldn't, and that's the dollars. And I'm an Xbox guy. So, yeah, I'm hoping this moves. I'm not expecting 60. I'm hoping it moves above a locked 30. But it not being cross-gen, us not being held back for a Switch 2 port. Like, okay, we're good. If it was too restrained or too wild, we go back to the Saints Row thing, where Rockstar is much more assured than they are. But you know, they're playing it pretty. They're playing it pretty tight right now. They're trying to show some real stuff here, but these are the trailers, and I'm hoping that they got. Like, you need each element. You need the low, boring stuff. You need the medium. And then you need the high, like Trevor-esque scenarios. And because you're hopping between two people in a relationship that seem pretty aligned on who they are, there's not like someone who's crazy and someone who's normal. I'm hoping they can mix it up a little bit and allow the player to kind of put themselves into it a little bit. Whereas Saints Row, it was always wild, even in the reboot where they tried to tone it down. And especially in 3 and 4, it started to lose hold of itself. But that's part of what made it good. And it had GTA as kind of the normal one. And now there's only GTA. So it's kind of... I don't want it to be oatmeal. And we think about story, so... GTA 5 came out in 2012 or 2013. We're at the cusp of the new generation. And most of its stuff was based around the financial crisis. So it's 5-year lag. So this thing's been delayed. So it's going to be it's going to be playing on the society that's maybe 8 years old. So we're thinking just before COVID. So I'm not expecting Trump references, but you could expect, like, the real criminals are in office. I won't disclose my political views. The real criminals are in office. The FBI is just as corrupt. Okay, we've done that. Your college degree isn't worth much. Tech has taken over everything. Is there going to be AI stuff? I don't think so. Yeah. So, what type of world was it in 2016 that we're going to be playing off of here? I mean, you see, it's in Florida, so there's going to be a lot of red state stuff, both for and against. And, yeah, I just hope they hit it. I hope they make me think. I think GTA 5, the overall story was kind of, but the side stuff, like the engagement with the therapist, showing Lamar? Lamar is the normal one. I thought that was cool stuff. And finally, non-optional status maintenance stuff, such as your relationship, your body, hunger, thirst meters, that sort of thing. They did it in San Andreas a little bit too much. Like, even having a sprint meter, it's like, I get you're a video game, but just let me run forever. I can't do it in real life. Give me this. This guy's a strapping young man who could do it. Just let him run forever. So, even with that, I'm super pumped about GTA 6. Everyone who's complaining about it being digital, they're right. Everyone who's complaining about $80, I think that's fair. It's $80. It's $80. The $100, Would you rather have them locking substantial content, non-cosmetic content behind a paywall? And we can make the assumption they're not because they specifically said different cars, tattoos, hairstylists, and they're locking stores. So just that store won't be open, or maybe you can look and not touch, whatever. That seems fair. It's cut content from the game, but I don't know, man. We'll see how it looks. I'll report back if it feels gross. $100 is a lot of money. 100, but $100 now is less than 60. Back when the last game came out, it's tough. They know they can get away with it. They've put so much money into this game. They've put so much of our time and their time into it. And it's a tough situation. I want every game to be free, but also I want everybody to make money. I want there to be competitors. Like, I want this game to be great, but it doesn't need to be every game. Like, I don't need a full-on soccer or ping pong or whatever simulation in there. I hope it's a great GTA game with some cool side stuff. I'm hoping it doesn't try to be everything, so that should be on there too. But anyway, GTA 6, November late, like right before Thanksgiving. I'll be there, and I'll report back. All right, this is whatever this channel, Visual Memory Units. Thanks for watching.